And we're back. I've been waiting for this. I'm ready.
Back in the saddle.
Mm-hmm. How hot is Meri right now? She looks good.
I have made it a practice I think I've never commented on what the wives look like.
That's smart. But I do feel like, what is it? She's getting a revenge bod. Is that what it's called?
Uh-huh. All right, we are back. We are excited to be back. Let's get into it.
Janelle, she seems really excited about moving there and getting going on her flower place and starting fresh.
I feel like they've really just picked up where the first half of the season left off.
Mm-hmm.
I think I was hoping that they were going to do something more interesting.
Yeah.
But like this is episode 3 on Janelle's move, isn't it?
Let's just see. Give it some time.
And had a better couch. I felt like she had better, so many things.
If you're sitting there constantly using that scoreboard against each other, what are you, enemies?
I feel like she missed the boat on that.
I will say this. I agree with what everybody is saying, that you should not be keeping score in the marriage. Like, it's not good if you're navigating your marriage like it's an accountant's ledger. Mm-hmm. That's not good. What are you looking at me like that for?
I'm listening to you intently.
I feel like you had a comment. I feel like you had a comment.
And Janelle and I would be sitting there busting our butts, getting breakfast made, cleaning up the mess. And honestly, Robyn would be doing her makeup forever.
That would be so annoying. If you're trying to feed 30 kids or 18 kids and she's just doing her makeup. But like I told you today, I really feel like I need to step it up in that regard. I have not been stepping it up.
I think you look beautiful. And in fairness, Kody was probably right next to her doing his curls. You know.
He was.
He would take me out and buy outfits because he wanted me to look good. Because as much as I was comparing, he was also comparing.
To play devil's advocate, is it possible that, that's not a bad thing if a husband is wanting to take his wife out shopping. Right? Like the same behavior for Meri was interpreted as he wants me to feel good, or he wants to take me out, he wants me to look nice for me, but he doesn't judge me. That same behavior was interpreted from Christine like it's a constant comparison. He's comparing me to Robyn. So it's possible that it wasn't that Kody was, the behavior is the same, but the interpretation, the impact was different for the different wives.
Well, I feel like Meri always gives Kody the benefit of the doubt. Mm-hmm. I believe Christine, because Meri was like, oh, he always wanted the people around him to look good. So if we were to go on a date, we'd go shopping so I'd have the right outfit. Mm-hmm. I think that was about him and not about her. And she interprets it differently. But I think I agree with Christine. And also, I wish, thinking about that you went on dates with me and said, oh, you need a new outfit.
That's like the easy response on my end is, well, if we take Christine's interpretation, then aren't you lucky that I don't ever want to buy you outfits?
So lucky.
Regardless of Kody's intention, it does seem like it was a stressful environment being around Kody. You know what might have helped those wives?
Yes. The sponsor for today's video, BetterHelp.
I'm so happy BetterHelp is sponsoring today's video. I'm proud to work with them because I think that they have dramatically improved the accessibility of therapy. As a mental health professional, I can tell you the barriers to treatment and support are, how do I pick the right therapist? Can I afford the right therapist? What do I do if the therapist I'm working with isn't the right one? How do I find somebody else? And I think that all of those challenges are addressed by the BetterHelp platform. I think it's fantastic. And in particular, this time of year, I think that's really important. People have heard of seasonal affective disorder. I think oftentimes we think about winter as the season when you get depressed or you get anxious and get distressed because you're sort of locked indoors, you don't see the sun. But for many people, the late springtime to sort of transition into summer can be especially stressful. So I know for myself, in the winter time, I make goals for the year. But by March or April, this time of year, I'm hoping that I'm on that path. So I feel more stressed now because I'm looking and going, you know what? I'm not where I want to be here. I'm not where I want to be there. And that creates distress. If you've experienced something similar, BetterHelp can connect you to a therapist to provide support. In fact, the majority of members on BetterHelp seek support for anxiety symptoms, and 69% reported a reduction in anxiety symptoms after 6 weeks of therapy on BetterHelp. It's very easy to start. All you do is complete a brief questionnaire, and BetterHelp will match you with the therapist in as little as a couple of days. And one of my favorite parts about the platform is if the therapist they match you with isn't a good fit, free of charge, they will find you another therapist. It really puts the power in the hands of the client. And the therapists are well qualified, and there's a customer support team there to help you if you have any questions. With over 7,000 reviews and a 4.3 rating on Trustpilot, BetterHelp is a platform you can trust. And the best part is, because you are a member of the PSYCH YouTube audience, BetterHelp is offering 10% off your first month. All you have to do is click the link in the description or go to betterhelp.com/PopPsych. I really recommend you check them out. Okay, back to the video.
I put the business on hold, but the cart's not disabled, so people sometimes sneak an order in. Sometimes Meri will get notifications about it. I'll get notifications about it, but
World's worst business owner? I mean, I'm not tending to the business, but sometimes people can buy stuff, and we accept the money, but I don't really tend to it.
Why don't you disable the cart?
I know, God.
What a weird...
Why, when COVID is happening and I'm following all the rules, do I not get to go over to your house and see your kids?
I know we both wished we had been able to see each other more.
I believe Robyn, 0. 0.
I think Robyn has, like, she's a weirdo. I just feel like COVID allowed her to be a weirdo. You know, like sometimes when you get an excuse where you don't have to get dressed up.
Yeah.
She got that excuse and then just like hunkered down, was like, oh, look, I don't have to see anybody.
Yeah, I think
I don't have to put on all my makeup.
It enabled, I think for a lot of people, but it enabled, I shouldn't say it for a lot of people, but I think in Robyn's case, it enabled some selfishness. And I think for a lot of people, it enabled other behaviors that maybe weren't the best behaviors.
Well,
right?
I have a really hard time getting dressed.
Still, as a consequence of
I need soft materials.
The world was.
I don't think it was like intentional manipulation. I don't think that Kody decided that he had this new person, and then she'd act like she was your best friend, and then completely ignore you and hurt your feelings.
I think everyone's giving Robyn too much the benefit of the doubt. Like, I think she was a maneuverer and a manipulator, and then when she had the opportunity when, oh, COVID's here, I don't really have to fake it like I like you. I'm not going to. She didn't. Mm-hmm. So I think...
Do you think Robyn did it? Do you think Robyn was intentional in manipulating, or was something else afoot?
I think where you want to put your energy, things grow, and she just like didn't feel the need to put energy into Meri. So I just think she put energy into Kody and like preserving that, and energy into nothing else, not the kids, outside of her own kids, not the other wives.
I agree with you, but not quite you're not totally answering the question. Was this an intention? Was she, when she said to Meri, I'd like to spend more time with you, wish you could hang out, was she manipulating Meri intentionally, or was it unintentional? Meri was definitely manipulated. Is Robyn a deliberate liar, or is Robyn just not aware of her impact?
Deliberate liar. Malicious. Malintent.
I felt very solid in it. Like, we were very close. And then it started, there was a divide.
Don't you think Meri's like kind of goofy and fun, and Robyn doesn't understand any humor? So like, how did that work out? I feel like she's sarcastic.
She is.
And Robyn misses sarcasm. So like, that would be a hard relationship.
I agree. I think Meri, so on my end, I am not convinced. I think Robyn is incredibly self-interested, and that led to the manipulation. But I don't think that Robyn like set out to manipulate. Like I think Robyn genuinely wanted the family to work, just as long as she was at the top of the heap.
Oh.
Like I think Robyn's goal was, I want to be at the top of the heap, so I'm going to serve Kody. But I do want Meri to be around. I do want Meri to be, she wants people available to her. But she's maneuvering. I don't think she's deliberately doing it to hurt people.
I have a family member like that. Like wants family, wants closeness, but also wants to be at the top of the heap.
Yeah, yes.
And has no idea that they're manipulating in that way.
Yeah, it's
okay,
possible.
That's interesting. Is that a narcissism?
No, it's not. I think it's different than narcissism. I know everybody's like, everybody's a narcissist. I don't think that that's what that means. But so that's how I would view it. I think it's an unintentional manipulation. I also will say, to your point, I think that Meri and Janelle have the most nuanced sense of humor. Mm-hmm. Robyn is like very like linear in her thinking. Like there's not a lot of nuance. It's pretty like black and white, pretty literal. And so I do agree with you that maybe it'd be hard for them to connect, but I think Meri was just looking for any kind of connection. If you could fog a mirror and give her attention and be, make her feel like she belongs, I think she's in.
Well, yeah, because like she even got catfished at that time.
Yeah, she wanted connection so bad.
Women are baptizing women. In my religion, it was male's authority, men's authority only,
These girls are wilding out here.
Women are doing it?
Tons of joy. She's just beaming. And they just are like, yay, Aurora, and all this stuff. I'm like, yeah, she's cool, huh?
It is an honor. It does say something about his relationship with Aurora.
I guess. I think she's giving him a crumb. Like, hey, I'm leaving your church here. Just baptize me.
Yeah, I do feel like we failed. I think we weren't working on our jealousy as much as we should have been. I feel like everybody was kind of looking out for themselves.
She's doing a lot of the royal we, but I think she's doing a lot of...
Well, I always hate that she does this. I've said this to you before, but it's never like what I did. Yeah. It's always what we did.
Yeah.
What did you do, Robyn? Tell us, like, if you were to reflect on everything, like, what was your misstep?
What part of we were you?
Soon after Meri moved, I reached out to her and I said, the next time you're in town, let's hang out. She very directly said, I don't know how to be friends with my ex-husband's wife. And that was really hard for me.
I think it would be unhealthy for Meri to be friends with Robyn. Mm-hmm. I think that's a disaster waiting to happen. I don't think Meri should put herself in that position.
No. I'm wondering if Robyn has friends. Like, I just wonder, because I feel like she misses the boat a lot. Am I not allowed to say that?
I'm not. You can say that.
You're just staring at me.
No,
but don't you feel like she's like missing the emotional moments so much of
yes,
it?
I think
it's like whoosh. Like,
yes.
Are we in the same conversation?
Yeah, I think she misses nuance. So social and emotional nuance, she largely misses. I think.
Yeah. Okay.
We also took Janelle to a bar for the first time.
There was one guy at the bar. The odds of Janelle hooking up with that guy was so good.
It was so good. Did he say that was so good?
The more David's gotten away from the wedding, the more I like him.
Yeah.
I do have buns of steel, but my abs are just washboard. And you know what? And that whole stupid thing about me complaining was because Janelle saw me as a piece of meat.
There's so many things to talk about here. Let me just start by saying, the fact that he didn't catch that people were joking about it, like he knew people were joking about it, but he's defensive about it, right? Don't make fun of me. I was being treated like a piece of meat.
And actually,
poor thing.
And actually, I have buns of steel as well.
And that's the second thing. Like I'm not calling him a narcissist, but we've talked about he meets some of the diagnostic criteria, at least as it's shown here, right? The fact that he can't walk that back or be like, okay, like I'm make a joke about it. He's got to be like, no. It's washboard abs, nice pecs, and buns of steel now.
Yeah.
I mean, he just has to dive all the way in there.
Show it.
God. He would be insufferable to be around.
He is insufferable. But I want to show it.
He started, and I was thinking, oh, he's going to make a joke about how he said that. Like he'd go, okay, he could be, self-deprecating.
No.
We're not joking.
He's not taking the off-ramp, Dave.
And I will say, I think I would like it if I felt like I was a piece of meat that was just out on the just luring you with just.
You are.
We were raised by you guys. What does that mean? Just the experiences and the advice that you've given. We'd be fools to not marry our soulmates.
That was a little uncomfortable, wasn't it?
I think she was like a jab making fun of them. She has a sense of humor, I think. But Robyn's missing the sarcasm.
Oh, I think I'm with Rob. I thought she was trying to make a joke, but missing the joke. Or because Robyn and Kody are so defensive.
They're like they're soulmates. Yeah.
I don't know. Feels like a very. I will tell you, I'm not sure I've ever seen a meal with the Robyn Kody family where I was like, oh man, I'd love to hang out with them.
No.
It does not seem easy. I want to say one nice thing about Kody. She did ask him, Aurora, his daughter, asked him to baptize her, which was nice.
She gave him crumbs so that she could do it. Because he's controlling. Okay.
Maybe, but he did it. He made it about her. Kind of. Because
he reverted back to his own religion in her ear when she was being baptized. So is that?
I don't know, but okay, fine. But here, I think he's saying all the right things. Like he's saying, look, this is about you, and you're not going to have a moment like that. He's making an effort with the dinner to validate her.
Yeah.
He's being supportive.
He showed up. He showed up when someone, he showed up.
Yeah, he showed up.
Our children will watch us interact with each other, and they'll just stop what they're doing and just stare at it. And our kids will be like, oh, it's so fun to watch you guys.
First of all, that's never happened. If those kids watch Kody and Robyn interact and they go, it's so fun to watch you guys, they're just saying it, they're not meaning it. There's no way. You know how I know? Because when we watch them, we're like this the whole time. Oh, God, it's so uncomfortable. There's no way that those kids watch that and go, oh.
I was surprised when Robyn and Kody started using the term soulmate, because Robyn grew up in a plural family. She knows how devastating it is.
I don't get it why they're having a hard time with the soulmate thing. In their faith, can't all the wives be the husband's soulmate?
I agree with you.
Right? I don't understand. They're like, the whole idea is that love is
but they didn't multiplied, not divided. So
why are we and they think in the afterlife they're all going to be together. So shouldn't all four wives feel like Kody's the soulmate?
Yeah, but then Robyn they should have used that word prior to Robyn joining. It was new to Rob. It was new with Robyn joining, so it felt like she was the only one that got that one.
Yeah, but whose problem is that? That seems like their problem.
It's their problem.
I think I'm Team Robyn on this. Okay, what?
Good luck with that one.
I know, I can't say that. With great trepidation, I agree with Robyn on being able to say soulmate.
Next time on Sister Wives.
Belt?
No, take the belt off.
This is my first Valentine's Day since I got married.
So what'd you think?
I think it was a rough episode for Kody and Robyn.
Yeah, I would say, the Janelle plot I thought was interesting, and this did not frame Kody and Robyn favorably.
It did not. It did not. Can they be helped? The saga continues.
Yeah, well, next week we learn if Kody is interested in having another wife.
Buyers beware.
Yes. Thank you for listening, and thank you to BetterHelp for sponsoring this video.